What's up, Cancer? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So guys, I know I've been a little MIA, but as promised, you guys were able to vote on the readings that you wanted for your season that just passed. So I am going to start with your life purpose because that is the one that won, and I'm really happy to see that. I'm always happy anytime it isn't love, but let's see what's going on. So this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And guys, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, okay? So if you want to see what the life purpose is specifically for you, I would suggest maybe like a 10 or 20-minute reading, okay? But you can get that on my website, all right, guys? So let's see what's going on. So I divide this up. I want to do your personal life purpose, one with family, one with romance, one with your community, one within the world, and then what your spiritual purpose is, okay? So let's start with yourself. So we're going to pull 3 cards for each. What is the life purpose for Cancers for themselves? What is your life purpose in regards to you? King of Pentacles in the reverse, 7 of Swords, and the shadow side in the reverse. Guys, so this is very clear to me, okay? So the energy that we have here, you know, for your self-purpose, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse, which is a very honest communicator, but one that communicates in a unnecessarily cruel sort of way. So just problems that you can have with other people, in a sense of speaking in a harsh way with people, and having to reject something that you don't feel is a good idea, regardless of who can be disappointed in all of this. So your personal life purpose, I see, is very clear. If there are things in your life, okay, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, that you know you're not very passionate about, that you kind of show up to because of certain benefits that you can get from it, but you know your heart and your soul just doesn't feel good there, okay? You can't keep it a secret. You can't keep it to yourself. So you have to ask yourself in your life, what is it that you're kind of just like going on the ride with, but you're not happy with it, and you're kind of just keeping it to yourself, just going with the flow? And how do you get yourself out? Okay, we have the shadow side in the reverse, which is the Devil card in the reverse. So this is things that you guys don't want in your life, and finding a way to really remove yourself from these circumstances. So with your personal purpose, I would say boundaries, okay, and being able to be honest within yourself, to really just want to fall away from anything that's not working for you. And you know, just your vibes, Cancer, you guys are really going to be people that love to be around other people, that want to communicate well, that want to understand other people, but there could be a sense of sometimes maybe being too nice to the wrong people, or getting ourselves into tough situations and not knowing how to backpedal and kind of get out of it. So your personal purpose is to find those things and to remove yourself from it, okay, and to be just more honest with yourself in regards to that. All right, so let's look at family. What is the Cancer life purpose in regards to family? Okay. Alright. So the Knight of Cups fell out, which is you. Okay, so let's see why this card is here. You guys will get 4 cards from this since that fell out. Okay. To do everything you can to find stability, to find love, to find purpose, even though there could be times where you're lost, even though there could be times where maybe you make certain promises that you can't fully go through with. Now, with the Page of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who can speak a good talk, all right? This is somebody who can promise you all these things, but when it comes to actually pulling through and saying what they promise, they can't. Okay, either they feel like they're not ready or they said something prematurely. So especially in regards to family, to keep promises, okay, to really be there and to provide if you need to, you know, to be communicative if you have to be, to articulate how you feel and to get through the difficult times. But with you guys, you know, there's the sense of finding a way to be you, but also to be able to be a good member of the family, to really be able to build, to be able to help everyone to grow into a larger purpose. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles, this is having, you know, good ideas with other people, bouncing those ideas off of other people, giving them that positive nourishment to do better in life. Okay, and you know, with this specifically, because I know when there's something that you guys don't like, you could be very defensive towards it, but you have to understand that if we come at somebody in a combative or kind of like a vindictive way because we don't like what they're doing, they're probably going to react the opposite way. So if you want something to grow, you have to give it love. Okay, for example, so let's say you have a brother or a sister, just anyone in your family, that they should be working, maybe they're not working, they're out of work, they're trying to find a job, or maybe they're just being kind of lazy on the couch. Which approach do you think will be better? To say, wow, you're a piece of shit, you're not doing anything, you're not providing, you're not good for nothing, okay? Or saying, hey, listen, I know that you could be going through something tough. I know that it's easy to just want to be home and not go out, but you're such a powerful person and you're so smart and you have so much going for you, and I hate to say it wastes away. You know, so it's not only helping people build, but communicating with them in a way that they're going to want to, all right? And really working on your patience in regards to family, okay? Because in most cases, you know, I understand family can be shitty at times, but most of the time they're going to have your back if, you know, really bad things come in. And just to be strong, to be that pillar within your family, and to know that you are a person that has the capability to help everybody unite, even if there's difficulties in the household, okay? So let's look at your purpose within love and romance. What is the Cancer life purpose in regards to love and romance? Okay. So the biggest thing, guys, is when you find love and good things, to not be guarded in a way where there could be people in your life that suffer from a past situation that you may have gone through. And that could be, you know, with another lover. That could be with, you know, maybe things that you went through as a child. But making sure to not put it on another person, okay? Because it shows a sense of guardedness and kind of just being inclusive to yourself when it comes to things that are no longer there, things you may have ended. So when you find passion and when you find love, don't mix it up with things in the past that you lost faith in, with people that you lost, you know, due to just completely losing faith or just not wanting to be with them anymore. Whatever the issue was that made certain things end, to know that that's not something that you should bring into new places. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Wands in the reverse, to not carry on a dead situation, okay, to something new. So if something didn't work out, if you stopped talking to someone, if it ended in a, you know, whichever way it ended, to leave it in the past, okay? So don't bring, you know, your dirty laundry with you. Don't bring sand to the beach. We all go through certain experiences, but I feel the worst thing that we could ever do is to hold a new person accountable for our past pains, for our past hurts, you know, regardless of where they come from. So being able to separate the past and kind of compartmentalize, you know, things from the past, and know that this is a completely new person and should be treated in a completely different way. So definitely a huge thing there. You know, don't Don't think that the world is a terrible place and that everybody's the same, because every person is going to be different. So a big part is being able to release things that didn't work for you so that you guys can have good, wholesome, and caring love. Okay, so let's look at your life purpose in regards to community. What is your purpose within your community? And this is going to be either wherever you grew up, wherever you're living, but the people around you, the locals around you. What is the Cancer life purpose within their community? Okay, so we have the Fool card, and we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. To bring new things into your community, completely new things that people need, and to help others release the burdens that they have here. So with these two cards, the first two cards that came out, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. So just in regards to energy, you know, this would be a sense of moving past something that we didn't fully know what we were getting ourselves into, where there could be people that are suppressing pain, or people going into certain, how do I want to explain this? People going into certain parts of their life, whether it's them looking for a new job or just wanting to start a new life but not knowing how to, having pain from the past that's holding them back. And you guys helping for the, you know, helping the community to just become more together and more stable. Okay, so you guys want to bring hope. That's really what I'm feeling here more than anything. So to get past the suppressed pain, to get past, you know, times of limbo or stagnation, you know, what can you do for your community to help advance the community? What can you do so that everybody's more together and, you know, just working collectively together without the politics? Okay, so how do you bring humanity back to a place where we remember that we all hurt and we all cry and we all go through pain, and despite all of our differences, that we all bleed the same? Okay, so how do we get past people, you know, how do we get them past the norms of society or what people think that we should do, and get them more to a place where we're just more humble and we really love each other and we just try to help one another out, because whether you're rich or whether you're poor, everyone's going through some sort of hidden struggle. Okay, so what can you do for your community to help people move past that in a way where people are going to see you and that you're going to be heard? Okay, so definitely a lot to think about there, Cancer. All right, so let's see what your life purpose is in regards to the entire world. The Chariot and the Verse came out. Okay, so things in our life that kind of spiral downward that we feel we have no control over, chaos, okay, not knowing what certain paths are going to lead to. Wow. So just as a whole, because there's, you know, there's billions of you in regards to Cancers, dealing with issues where there's extreme unhappiness, where there's extreme chaos, where people could be going through poverty, where people could be in pain, where people could feel unheard or rejected, and bringing love to the picture. Okay, now with the Queen of Wands, the way that you guys are meant to do this is in a way that you're very, very passionate about. This is something that even if you weren't getting paid for it, you'd be happy doing it. Something that comes from the heart and from the soul. Okay, so what sort of things can you do to kind of put love out there to help the world as a whole to get past all the everyday pains that we deal with, the unhappiness, the poverty, okay, and to take people who have felt like they've lost a lot and to bring new hope and to bring passion into it. So it's going to be similar you know, with your life purpose in regards to community, because I just feel like there's a lot of chaos in the world. I feel like there's a lot of people who are lost and don't have direction. So how do you help the world as a whole come out of that and to find a sense of love, to find a sense of passion? Okay, so when I see the wands suits, I think of music, I think of writing, I think of art. Okay, I think of things in that regard where, you know how they say, you know, music is the universal language. So something that you can put out that brings everyone together, regardless of race, regardless of political affiliation, you know, regardless of any of our different backgrounds. What brings everyone together, and what can you put out where you have a room full of all these strangers that can agree to disagree and to love one thing and to love it together? So that's a really big thing that you guys are meant to put out there, and I feel like it's going to be done in a creative way. Okay, so last but not least, your spiritual life purpose. What is the spiritual life purpose for the sign of Cancer? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, that popped out. Alright, so we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse that popped out. So let me pull 3 more cards to see what direction this is going to lead us in. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So if there has been any particular injustices within this lifetime that has been done to you, a sense of reconciliation with those who have done you wrong, to kind of get out of old patterns, because me personally, I do believe in multiple lives, okay, and I feel like we keep dealing with the same sort of karmic situations until we really put an end to it. So you have to think, what is my biggest pain? What is the biggest thing that I dislike about myself, where I feel, you know, life would be so much better if I could change that? And how do you cut the cord on that? What injustice do you feel, and how do you get over it? How do you have the sense of reconciliation within your heart and in your soul? Okay, because there has to be some sort of burden that you guys drop. Some, you know, a chain that has to be broken rather, in order to find love, in order to find unity, in order to just have an environment where everyone is just so happy. So this is karmic, guys. Anything that you feel like you've been dealing with all your life, and it doesn't have to be a person, but what's the common denominator to the issues that you get into? Because we have, just as humans, we naturally just want to blame others for our problems. We want to blame others for the hardships that we go through. But at the end of the day, I feel that we really, really just need to find out where we went wrong, where we're realistic with ourselves and we look in the mirror and it's just like, okay, I know that that was a shitty situation, but I was led to it. So what part of me led me to that? And how do I change that? How do I cut my cord? Whether it's, you know, not being so negative all the time, you know, stopping yourself when you're thinking a negative thought and thinking something positive instead. You know, not blaming our shitty ass friends for putting us in bad situations and realizing that we allowed shitty ass friends into our lives. Okay, so little things like that. So just making better choices for yourself and really trying to undo anything that's been going on. Especially if this is something that you've seen a parent go through or a grandparent go through. So look at that lineage, you know, between you, the parent, the grandparent, the great-grandparent. What is the similar struggle that you see throughout that line, and what can you in this lifetime do to cut that? Okay, because you'd be surprised how powerful that is and how it just keeps coming back until we truly learn what was meant to be learned. Okay, so definitely a lot to go on here. But yeah, so this is what I see in regards to your life purpose. Now, for those of you that do want to get this reading, I'm not sure if I have a life purpose reading on my page, but you guys can get the 20-minute reading if you'd like. But now, the wait time, guys, because I did take a lot of time off in July, so I'm just playing catch up right now. So realistically, I'm going to put the wait time to 3 to 4 weeks fully, okay? Just because if I need a day off, I really just want to be able to take it guilt-free, okay? And in the past, I kind of used to burden myself. I used to wake up in the morning, read all day, go to sleep, and it got to the point where I was starting to feel like a robot, and I was starting to lose passion for this. So I'm really extending the wait time now, okay? Just so I can do everything with a very chill spirit, and that people don't get upset if I take a day or two off. But if you guys need anything quickly, whether it's, you know, in regards to life purpose or anything else, please go ahead and get the emergency reading. That is why they're there, okay? So with that, you'll hear from me within 24 hours, excluding Sundays. All right, guys? So once you do purchase a reading and you get a confirmation email for it, just know that I have it on my end and that there's no need to email me. I will get it out to you. I've never, you know, gotten a reading and not sent it out. So I'm very, very good with eventually getting everything out. Even if there's a delay or if I take a day off, I always get to everybody, all right? So I just ask for patience, okay? I love you guys so much, and I will be back with your next bonus reading, which is, what is your next bonus reading? So it's what's going on with us. A look at both sides of a relationship, okay? So with that one, you and the first person that comes to mind, just seeing the, you know, the relationship between you guys and what to expect from it, okay? Love you guys. Take care.